Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cold Steel 2. We are still in Roar and we have only 3 bonding events left to do before leaving with the Courageous on to new and better things. So let's get straight into it. Uses, Sarah, and of course Toa. I'll be heading out shopping soon. From our perspective, causing one of the 4 great houses to withdraw from the war is a momentous achievement. But for my brothers, it's likely all within the realm of expectation. I doubt we've caused them a moment's hesitation. The only thing it's done is reclassifying us as more of a threat, so we need to be more careful than ever when we fly around. Yikes, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Still, I would not advise becoming so cautious that we're unable to get anything done. But that's a thought for another time. Right now, you should focus on taking some time to unwind. I think I will. Thank you, sis. Resting up wouldn't be so bad. Maybe I should join him in his shopping? Yes. Could I join you? Honestly, shopping for supplies sounds like it could relieve stress, just as well as any nap. Do as you will. My first stop is RF Arms. Are you really going to use all these whetstones on your sword? How much reinforced tape does that hilt need? It's better to be well prepared than found wanting in a pinch, particularly with the future as uncertain as it is. I would expect my father is already aware of what happened here in Narsha. Knowing him, he's probably already preparing to retaliate. Well, maybe you're right. Especially with him working on a soldat like these for his own personal use. Which is why we prepare ourselves as best as we can for whatever lies ahead. Speaking of, I still have a number of other things to buy, including a book that the war manages to delay. Come, we're going to the general store. Okay, sure. We're starting to pick up a lot though. Think we're going to be able to carry all of this back to the ship? We aren't going to do anything. You are. What? Hurry, take those to the counter. We don't have all day. Hey, you want to come along, Rean, so you gotta pay for it. I think my arms are starting to go dead. How did I end up getting to carry all of this for you? I mean, I guess I could have said no, but still. Come on now. You wouldn't make me waste my strength on such heavy load, would you? Besides, given all the time you spent assisting the student council, I'd imagine you're used to menial tasks like this. Just pretend I'm Toa. I doubt you ever give her any guff, no? There is a mental image I wasn't prepared for. Better than leaving your mind free to focus on burdens you need not shoulder. Come along now. Wait, is he trying to keep me busy so I don't have time to think about what happened yesterday? That's really nice of him. In a cult of putting uses sort of way. But even so, I'm grateful. Reinvigorated by Use's awkward show of kindness, Rean carried his baggage from shop to shop without a single word of complaint. The two spent a long time in each shop they visited, scanning the shelves and putting more and more into poor Rean's pile. While the experience was exhausting, it did indeed take his mind off his worries. That's a lot of bags. I get what he's trying to do, but I don't know much more of this my arms can take. Come on, users, I can't at least take something, anything. Uses? Something in that magazine catch your eye? What is that? It's not the Imperial Chronicle. Look for yourself. The Noble Alliance marches to victory? The glorious Noble Alliance, led by Duke Cayenne and Chief Staff Rufus Alrea, continues their victorious streak. The quest to carry the country into a new, brighter future feels all the more complete with each new success. It should only be a matter of time before the foolish Imperial Army is eradicated once and for all. Well, this is quite the article. Not exactly going for the unbiased approach, are they? Of course not. I imagine the writers are just as much under the Alliance's thumb as those at the Imperial Chronicle. They're trying to manipulate public perception of the Alliance in preparation for their rule after the war is won. Both Duke Cayenne and my brother are thinking not only how to win the war, but how to control Erebonia afterwards. And that's how far ahead they're able to think. Sorry, Uses. This must be hard on you. Still, it doesn't mean we're going to lose out by not doing the same. Instead of focusing on the way things might be, we should focus on the here and now. What we can to do change things. If we do, I'm sure the future we want will fall into place. Wouldn't you agree? Well, I wouldn't disagree. So, what if they think 3 moves ahead? That all falls apart if we do something to shake up their plans. And that's just what we'll do. We'll get the future we want. To think so capable of such positivity so soon. But I suppose you have much more of a capacity for it than I do. I want you back to your usual self as soon as possible, Rean. You won't be able to secure this future of ours or otherwise. I'll see what I can do. With friends like these, it shouldn't take too long. Their shopping complete, they locked their purchases back to the courageous, stored them in the ship's hold, and went back into war. You're right, Rean. All I can do is stay focused on the present and hope everything will fall into place. But you should be sure to return to your normal self as soon as you can. We cannot advance together if either one of us is unable to walk. Very wise word and beautifully said. It looks like Linda is all gone now. Alright. Okay, so we have the 2 houses here on top with Jackass and Sarah as well. Oh, my husband came home. The mine is finally free now. Better yet, there's not a scratch on him. I couldn't be more relieved. Adios, thank you so much. Dad came home. Finally. He was gone for so long. Mom was worried sick. And that means he's gonna have to give me a few toys to make up for it. Man, it feels good to finally get home. Celine and Todd are both doing okay too. What a relief. I guess I've got a lot to thank you to make for all this. You, your friends, Lady Angelica, I owe you all my deepest gratitude. Sorry, Celine, but I've got to head on back to work. Take care of Todd for me, okay? Of course, take care, dear. Yeah, but this time, you'll know he'll be home at the end of the day. Grandpa, how do I get good at hide and seek? What are you, stupid? You hide in places where people don't find ya. Oh, that's what I mean. How do I find places where people don't find me? I want to get good at hide and seek like Toddy is, but I don't know how to do that. Practice. Just practice, practice, practice. Things might be getting back to usual around here, but I've got to look into a little something for old Gwyn. We both know there's something going on in the shadows of this war, but outside of that, we're both in the dark. I can't exactly leave Locomo and look into it right now, though. Gonna have to wait for things to settle down a bit. I've got a vague idea where to start looking into these Black Workshop guys, but it's like I can't leave Locomo and go off investigating right now. I guess I've got to wait a little bit longer for things to settle down. Wait, did he say Black Workshop? That was the name... No. I don't have time to worry about this right now. Focus! Focus! Yeah, we know that name. It's very familiar. Ooh, do we miss a ground bit? Oh no, this is the trade. It's not the curio shop. Alright, sir, I hope you're ready. Oh, Jackass is doing some maintenance on my orbital gun for me. With a name like that, I wasn't sure what to expect when Alyssa introduced me to him, but he seems like he really knows his stuff. I just wish he had a bit more of a refined, dandyish aura about him, sorta like Gwyn. Then he'd be more my type. The inside of your head must be a terrifying place to live. Oh, you have no idea, Rean. All kidding aside though, you should take this chance to make sure all your gear is in good shape too. There's no telling when you'll need to put it through some hard use, and it always pays to be prepared. Maybe I should take this chance to have a look around here too. Say, would you mind if I hung around here with you until your maintenance is all finished up? Now that I look around, there seems to be a lot more things here worth checking out. Oh, you can if you want. But I think what you really need is something else. What do you mean by that? Oh, get your sword ready. As soon as he's finished with my gun, there is somewhere I want to take you. To fight off this gloomy mood he's in. Because when you're fighting, you cannot think about anything else. As it turned out, that somewhere ended up being Norsha Highway. Alrighty, I don't think anyone's gonna come barging in and disturbing us all the way out here. Yeah, I doubt it, but why did you bring me here in the first place? You told me not to forget my sword, so I'm guessing it's not a date? Pshaw, you've never been on a Sarah date. Can we though? I think it would be extremely interesting to be on a date with Sarah. And I'm betting a lot of alcohol is gonna come involved as well. Anyway, I hope you're ready to get all hot and heavy with me, as we pour ourselves into no-holds-barred combat training. Are you kidding me? And this time, I'm not gonna hold anything back, so you better be ready. I want you to fight me like your life depends on it. Because you can leave this little excursion one or two ways. Walking with your head held high, or on a stretcher. I don't know what brought this on, but I can see this isn't one of your usual gags. In that case, I accept your challenge. You'll get only my best today. So began their intense battle. True to her word, Sarah came at Rean with all the fury of a raging storm. Despite bringing the best of his skills to bear, he was just barely able to withstand her assaults. How are you so strong? So this is what it's like when you're not pulling your punches, huh? Damn straight. The world's not a nice place. It's not a fair place. But I fought tooth and nail for my place in it anyway. The world takes from you too. I've almost lost count of how many irreplaceable things it's taken from me. So many friends, allies. I don't even have a homeland to call my own now. Instructor? But I did whatever I had to do to keep on living, no matter what. And I stand before you now as the sum of all those ugly, painful experiences. Life will knock you down over and over again, but if you rise just one more time, that makes you the victor. That is something I've kept on believing, and seeing you students give it your all has only strengthened that belief. That's why I decided that everything life taught me in the School of Hard Knocks, I'm going to teach you. I'm gonna give you plenty of painful experiences so you get tougher. Not through words, lessons or fancy platitudes, but through battle. I'm ready to learn. You might have gotten the better of me before, but I'm ready for round 2 anytime. Attaboy. Let's not waste chit-chatting. Then, shall we? You ready? They resumed their battle and the intense training continued. Rean focused everything on the fight, fending off Inspector Sarah's onslaught as best as he could. And after a long, difficult fight... Looks like neither of us has the energy to go another round. I guess we'll have to call this one a draw. But at the very least, I'd say we got in some good training. Well fought, Rean. It's kind of scary how strong you are, though. It was all I could do to keep you at bay. I didn't even get a proper hit on you in the end. Well, you could have, though. All you would have had to do is fire up that power of yours. And you should have, since you know, I especially told you to fight like your life depended on it. But... Oh, just messing with you. That consideration you always show for others is part of what makes you strong. I know you're still beating yourself up over what happened yesterday, and that's totally understandable. But at the end of the day, you've got to get past it and move on. No one can do that for you. But you will, though. I have no doubt about that. So, just keep your chin up and gaze forward, I guess. Thanks, Instructor. I'll try, at least. A lot of people are counting on me, and I don't want to let them down. Yeah. Great training and nice philosophy, the same thing. That's the Sarah way. The two stayed and rested for a while to get their strength back, and once they felt better, they walked together back to Roar. Good. People can encourage and advise you from sun up to sundown, but at the end of the day, only you can overcome your own problems. All I can tell you is to keep moving forward and try to do just that. And know you can do it if you put your heart into it. I've seen you do it. He has. But it was a bumpy ride while he was trying to do that, but he'll get there. It might just take a little while. Alright, one more person to go. Hi, Rean. Oh, hey there. Glad to see you're taking it easy. You've earned it. Right back at you, Angelica. Are you taking a break together then? We certainly are. Nothing makes me happier than spending some quality time with my dear, sweet Toa. George at the Institute too, so it's just the two of us. And it's about time I whisk her off into our own private little world. No, Angie, stop. You really haven't changed a bit. But in a weird way, I've missed this. Now we just need Crow. Yeah, our crew won't be complete until we drag his ass back kicking and screaming. Maybe you should ask to join them since I'm here and all. Yes. Would you ladies mind if I joined you? Oh, not at all. I guess we'll have to pay you since you're the bright-eyed first year. Ah, this really is relaxing. The tea here is nice for working class diner, isn't it? I've always been fond of this place. Always used to sneak out of the mansion for some to relax like a sweet, innocent young maiden. Angie, you aren't supposed to be drinking alcohol. Forgive me, my dear. Still, it feels like it's been ages since we were last able to sit and talk like this. Settling things with my father paid off. It really has been too long. Yeah, it has. Hold on. Your hair's looking a little disheveled, Toa. What, is it? Well, it makes sense that it might, I guess. Ever since I started wearing the captain's hat, I haven't been paying much attention. Oh, that won't do at all. Your hair's so long and beautiful, you need to take better care of it. I know. Why don't I comb it for you? Oh, wouldn't you mind? It's been so long since you last did, I kinda miss it. They're so close. It's adorable. Well, they're the bestest friends. Together with George and Crow. That should do the trick. Wow. It's kind of strange seeing you with your hair down, but I've got to admit, it really suits you. You think? She looks surprisingly mature when she has her hair down, doesn't she? Cuteness and maturity, the best of both worlds. She is such a queen. Okay, that's enough, Angie. Can I please have my ribbon back? Nope, not yet. This is my chance to try all kinds of fun things with your hair. I've got a collection of ribbons stored away for next time. I got to play with it like this. Stay right here while I go get them. Oh, hold on a minute. Too late. She's unbelievable. I don't know, Toa. There's no harm in spending time like this together once in a while. When you think about it, these are the kind of peaceful moments we're fighting to return to. Well, that's true enough. Angie and I were recently talking about how things would have been if the war hadn't started. If we're still at the academy, our time would be rapidly coming to an end. We're second years, so this is a time we really need to be thinking about what to do after graduation. Oh yeah. Have you been able to give that any thought? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fortunate enough to have received offers from all kinds of organizations and ministries. George has gotten them from research facilities and institutes all across the country. And Angie seems to have a lot on her mind about what to do and what with her family and all. I've got my work cut out for me if I hope to be as good in a position as you guys were when I graduate. You are still a first year, so I wouldn't sweat it if I were you. You've still got plenty of time. To tell you the truth, though, I think the war has made all of us more unsure of what to do. Even assuming that when it does end, we're able to go back to our lives like they were before. I feel like we have a duty to think about this country's future. Just picking some career off a list isn't good enough. I'm amazed you're thinking on such a grand scale. Personally, I feel like I've got my hands full just thinking about my own future. I really can't compare. Oh, that's not true at all. I think it's only because that we're able to see things like this. Sorry? Well, our class is a source of hope to all of us. It's only because we got that hope we can believe in that we can even think what to do when the war's over. As long as you're out there fighting to bring it to an end, we can all become the end will really come. So let's keep fighting together, okay? We'll be able to save Angie. I'm sure we can do anything else we put our minds to. You think so? What am I even saying? Of course we can. I feel a lot better now, Toa. Thanks. Glad I could help. Because there's where captain's for. Just to make sure the crew is in a good state of mind. Oh? Did I miss something? Oh, you're back. Well, if you want to enjoy a date with my little Toa, you should have asked Rean. You're the only man I'd think of entrusting her to. I would have helped set things up nice and smooth. What are you talking about, Angie? Yeah, a really nice scene, again. Angelica made her way over to the table and right to work trying an obscene number of cute ribbons on Toa. Rean casually sat back and enjoyed his cup of tea every once in a while, cracking a warm smile at an increasingly flustered Toa. We don't get to see Toa with all the ribbons? But that would have been amazing. If it weren't for Class 7, we wouldn't even be thinking about graduation right now, let alone what to do after it. So let's keep fighting. If we're able to save Angie, I'm sure we'll be able to do anything else we put our minds to. Not only did you schedule a romantic rendezvous with my lovely little Toa, you did so right in front of me. That takes some guts. I figure I was an apex predator in the courting kingdom, but maybe I better watch out for you. Yeah, she definitely should. Cause Rean, as the head petter supreme, yeah, he can take over your gig anytime, Angelica, definitely. Alright, that's it for all the bonding events and talking to everyone in town. So I'm guessing we're ready to head back to the Courageous. I think we might have 1 or 2 people we can talk to at the airport. But after that, we're more than ready to go board. Alright. It's probably this guy here and over at the boxes. Ah, good day to you. You must be one of the Thor students. After all you've done for our city, you're more than welcome here at any time. We're all quite fond of the Courageous here. It's an honor to have it here at our airport again. It's an honor for us too, surely. Oh, how's it going? Just leave Courageous's maintenance to me. I've been watching this ship since she was just a few lines on paper. She's like a child to me now. Time to get her cleaner than she's been since she took her first flight. I'll take care of maintaining the Courageous. I'll give her such a good scrub, she'll be better than new. The ship is sure running late. Maybe it had a detour to avoid a battle or something. I mean, that will explain it. No sense in risking your passenger's life by flying over a heated war zone. Well, we did hear news of a hijacking, so maybe it's the same ship? And maybe that's what we're gonna hear about once we enter the Courageous. That a airline is being kidnapped and we need to help take care of it. So let's get back on the ship. Should I go and check on Valimar in the hold? If I do, I probably won't have any time to do anything else out here. It looks like maintenance is nearly finished. Returning to the Courageous will cause the main story to advance. Any unseen bonding events will no longer be available. Board the Courageous. We're ready. At least I think we are.
Upper rank you go! Here's a bonus from the Academy.
Domination. Thank you very much. But look at that. It feels like we are really far into the game, so maybe like 1 or 2 parts still left. But we just over halfway of the maximum points. Still so far to go.
Well done!
I wonder if we'll make it. Ooh, end of chapter.
I'm so proud of you, Rean!
And we got another S grade, good. I think we only failed to get an S grade in the first one because I missed a quest. So I think we are still keeping it in there. So I still think we're doing good.
Greetings, my awakener.
How are you feeling, Valimar? The battle yesterday must have been pretty hard on you.
I am fine. The damage to my armor and lost mana have largely recovered. I expect to be in peak condition before our next battle.
That's good to hear. Just listening to you talk, you really have changed since we first met. You seem to be talking a little more like a human now.
Is that so? That would suggest that my memory is slowly recovering.
What's that now?
The part of me in which memories are stored appears to be damaged. I have very few memories of the past, such as why I was sealed within the old schoolhouse to begin with. This includes my memories of language. Thus far, I have had to rely on the preset bare minimum of speech functionality. However, thanks in great part to your assistance, my speech functionality is slowly beginning to restore itself.
Does that mean that your memories of the past are starting to return too?
It is an indistinct memory, as if clouded by white noise. I seem to recall someone burdened by a great sadness, much like yourself.
That obvious, huh? I look that burdened to you? Someone died right before my eyes, and I was powerless to stop them. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that I might have been able to stop it from happening. And that regret's like a thorn stabbing into my heart. Was the person in your memory able to move past their burdens?
I am unable to find any memories that answer that question. However, I believe that your sense of regret is an entirely natural process for humans. Is that not the case?
It is. But some do it more intensely than others.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Give thought to what you would do differently if confronted by the same situation again. If I can aid you, I shall.
Yeah, you're right. I can't undo the past, but I can at least make sure I don't make the same mistake a second time. Perhaps considering how to do that is the best thing that I can do right now. Thanks, Valimar. I feel a little better after talking to you.
Then all is well. I am afraid I must return to sleep. Should you require my aid again, you need only to call my name.
I need to keep on getting stronger. Strong enough that I can protect the people around me. The ship's maintenance is probably almost done now. Maybe I should take a nap or something while I wait for the others to get here? Yes, this is Rean Schwarzer speaking.
Hey there, Rean. George here. Do you have a minute?
I have several.
George, is something wrong?
Well, I'm over at the Ruhr Institute of Technology at the moment, and an acquaintance of mine here has a pretty interesting proposal regarding your Divine Knight.
The blade, isn't it?
How soon do you think you can come over?
A proposal? Who is this acquaintance of yours?
It's Smith. 100%.
Well, it's the Institute's president, actually. Professor Schmidt, the Empire's foremost orbital researcher.
Yeah, he clearly does look like a G. Smith based upon what we've heard of him. I am G. Smith. I serve as this institute president. I certainly wasn't expecting the pilot of the Ashen Knight to be only a boy. The Alliance ought to be damn near ashamed of themselves if they keep losing to a snot-nosed brat like you. I don't think that's any way to talk to a person you've only just met. Besides, he happens to be one of the students who helped get you that minor medal earlier in the year. And? One of the students put out that request without any input from me. You shouldn't be kissing my boots for having the honor of assisting my research, however indirect it was. Some things never change. Putting that aside, is it true? Were you the one responsible for developing the Panzer Soldats? It is. Lucayen made the request and I agreed to it. I used the ancient robot, Ordine, and the Society's archaisms as a reference point, and then designed a frame that could be mass-produced even with the Reinfeldt company's technological capabilities. Afterwards, I drew up plans for several models and oversaw the completion of the Draken prototype a few months back. Why do you ask? Do you have any idea what you've done? You're only wasting time, Rean. He develops whatever catches his interest, losing himself in it until it's done. To hell with the consequences. The railway guns in Guerrilla Fortress, the orbital wave jammer device North were both designed by him too. Unbelievable. Bah, an engineer who doesn't strive to satisfy his intellectual curiosity is a sad sight of an engineer. We just design things. It's up to their user to decide what to use them for. Do you get it now? It was because I couldn't cope with this part of him that I ended up going to the academy over here. Yeah, I totally get it, unfortunately. Oh right, what made you come visit the professor to begin with? Ah, of course. That was what I called you here for. I was hoping I might be able to get some kind of advice or pointers from him. You know, about getting a new weapon for Valimar. Oh.
And if I might be so bold as to offer a word of advice, get Valimar a better sword, one like yours. If you think you're such hot stuff you can beat me without your 8 leaves training, you're in for a world of hurt.
Correct choice of armaments is indeed paramount. Selecting one the Awakener is well suited to will increase combat efficiency exponentially.
It would. George told me about what you're after. He says that you want a weapon capable of fighting on equal terms with the Azure Knight. We might have gone our separate ways, but he's still a former student of mine. I'm open to the possibility of designing something for you. Really? You'd make a weapon for Valimar? Well, if he sees a challenge into making a better weapon, then yeah, I can see Smith doing it. I said I'd be open to the possibility. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. If you want my help, I have one condition. Zemurian ore. Ring any bells for you, Rean? I think so. You used that to make weapons for us before, didn't you, George? Ah, you know of it? Saves me the effort of explaining it then. It's an extremely rare ore found here in Zemuria. It is an astoundingly strong material that possesses a mysterious radiance within it. And what's more, as I learned while developing the Soldats, the frame of the Divine Knights are made up of that very ore. Your Ashen Knight included. I had no idea. Well, the double saber Ordine uses appears to be made of it too. Which is why I'm sure you figure out. It means that you're ever going to compete against Crow, you're going to need a Tachi made of Zemurian ore too. To make one, however, you're going to need a vast quantity of ore. Yet it only recently discovered how to refine the ore at all. Processing will be immensely difficult. But bring me the materials and I'll be willing to assist you. The concept of a weapon that competes against Divine Knights is of great interest to me. Even when you're helping people, it's only to help yourself. It'd be nice if you were doing it to atone for developing the Soldats, but I can't picture those words ever coming out of your mouth. The very thought makes me feel ill. Bear in mind, Zemurian ore is an incredibly rare material. I'll doubt you'll find enough of it to get the job done. Still, should you pull it off, I'll design you the finest Tachi you've ever laid your eyes on. On my name as an engineer, I can promise you that. Thank you, Professor. this will be of great help to us. Rare or not, we're going to find all the Sumerian ore we can to make this work. I'll keep my expectations low. Of course. Yeah, he is the asshole we all heard about. But at least he knows what he's doing. That's a good thing. The advice Rean received on forging a new weapon for Valimar came from a surprising source, but they could not have asked for a better one. After politely excusing themselves, Rean and George left the Institute to reunite with the rest of the crew. And once the maintenance was declared complete, they boarded the Courageous and departed for Roar. From Roar, yeah. So are we gonna get a scanner that will show us where Sumerian ore is, and then we're gonna go all over the place, finding pieces here and there? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this entire chapter is gonna be focusing on getting that weapon. Yeah, both sisters in the helm. I have to tell you, I'm impressed. I was expecting this beauty of a ship to be on the feisty side, but she's a really sweet girl. Cutting through the clouds like this feels wonderful. I could get used to this. Wow, I can't believe how quickly you've gotten the hang of it, Angie. Neither can I. But I think it's obvious who's more qualified to sit here between the two of us. This job is all yours now. Why, thank you. I hereby accept the position of Chief Helmsman and Courageous Second in Command. She really is amazing. There's no one out there who can tame a vehicle as fast as Angie. Oh, we're not going to have to worry about a thing with her around. Moving right along, the good news is that we're able to liberate Roar. I don't think any of us could have predicted how much the war situation would change in the process. Marquis Rogner and his provincial army withdrawal from the conflict will have profound effect going forward. Losing one of their key members is bound to be a painful loss to the Alliance. Well, for one thing, it should have things easier for Lieutenant General Vander and the 3rd Armored Division. Their greatest concern before now was the Northshire Provincial Army, after all. So the Alliance's overwhelming supremacy is finally starting to sway. Only in Erebonia though. They still come out on top in the west. Right, Prince Oliver had said as much too. General Le Guin and Brigadier General Bardius are out there claiming one victory after another. And there's your brother, Jusis. He's a brilliant leader and it shows. I see. Well, be that as it may, all we can do now is focus on the efforts on the Eastern Front for now. That's what we are entrusted with, and fretting over things we can't change won't do us any good, right? That's putting it in perspective, yes. We've got our hands full over here as it is, so let's make every moment count. Time to get back to gathering all the info we can. Speaking of, mind giving us an update on the situation with Valimar's weaponry? Right, how could we forget? Professor Smith agreed to cooperate with us, didn't he? Cooperate is a strong word, Alyssa, but he cares only about what interests him. That it ends up benefiting us is purely secondary. And remember, he's only going to help if we find enough Sumerian ore to make the weapon. How are we gonna get this stuff that rare is beyond me though. You said that Valimar himself is made of that ore, didn't you? You wouldn't have happened to have any ideas, would you, Emma? Well, I'm afraid the Hexen clan knows very little concerning the creation of the Divine Knights. Some legend passed down through the clan says they were made during the time of the Great Collapse. Specifically, they were forged by artisans who claimed themselves gnomes. That's an interesting name. I know the term from old stories, much like anyone else, but I had no idea of a band of artisans by that name existed. Well, supposedly they once worked closely with the clan ancestors, but somewhere down the line the witches and the gnomes ended up parting ways. I couldn't tell you exactly when. How curious. Maybe so, but none of that is going to help us find any ore. Our chances of finding enough were pretty slim to begin with. Well, I know where you can get enough, but only if you're willing to overcome some very difficult trials to obtain it. the shrines. Let me guess, at the end of all the shrines, that's where you find the Cimmerian ore, isn't it? You do? Really? Well, what do I have to gain by lying? You are aware of those strange ruins scattered all over the country, right? We do? Oh yeah. Where the higher elements were active? Those are the ones. They're called spirit shrines. They were built on top of Septian vein long ago by gnomes to encourage the formation of massive Cimmerian ore crystals. Those crystals were in turn used to create the Divine Knights. So if there's any place in Erebonia to start looking for the vast amount you need, it's gonna be there. I had no idea. Why didn't you tell us this before now? Am I supposed to be a mind reader? It wasn't exactly relevant up until now, so why bring it up? No need to bite our head off. Hey, she told us now, right? All we gotta do is go to one of those shrines and we'll be rolling in ore. Let's hope so. We've got a lot on our plate checking up on the country, but exploring a shrine has been our best lead yet. And no matter how difficult it might be, a little thing like a trial isn't gonna scare us away, right? Right. Alright. With the discussion coming to an end, their destination had been decided. Before departing, however, Class 7 thought it best to check if there were any new requests from Prince Olivert. And their timing turned out to be quite apt, as he had very recently sent several their way. Alright, ooh, all optional. So here's the deal. An airliner got hijacked mid-trip and went missing. But we managed to track it down to the Isengard range. Right now, the hostages are all still inside. So we're gonna rescue them. It's gonna be tough that the hijackers are armed, but that's where you and the Courageous come in. Though we can give you the specifics on how to reach us, but we'll be waiting in the Isengard range. See you there. Alright. The sweetest of challenges, Blue Blank. Dearest ladies and gentlemen, I have taken the liberty of calling upon you for a request of my own. Unbeknownst to my worthy rival, I have left a letter in the location indicated by the Blue Cross. I think you'll find it well worth while you read it. Okay, so indicated by the Blue Cross. Alright. Cruisin' for bruisin'. Imagine Judas Elberia weeping for the safety of his province people as they're chased through the streets by a ravaging monster. Surely you wouldn't let such a dire scene come to pass, would you? The battle is set, and the North Cruisin' Highway awaits. A Bearden. Alright. Ah, this one's from Klein. Oh, I'm happy to see that Heimdallr's with him too. Not so happy about the airliner going missing though. Doesn't seem like something we can afford to ignore, dangerous as it sounds. But look at this one. Phantom Thief B? What is this about reading a letter? As if we have the time to be concerning ourselves with his pathetic antics. I know what you mean, really, but ignoring it may be even worse. Yep, we got our work cut out for us. Hey Rean, I want to help look out for everyone. Let me come with you, okay? Of course, V, you're always welcome. I think Celine and I should come with you when you're exploring the shrine too. I was about to say the same thing. And make sure you're ready before you go. I wasn't kidding when I said the trials will be difficult. It is temporarily not possible to remove V from the party. Yeah, but we're gonna bring her as well. And who else? I think I'm gonna go with the lower level people. It's not that they will stay in the party, but I do want to grind them to be at least on level 94 as well. And Sarah? Nah, I think we'll have to have Emma in our party as well, just in case we want to use this one to get through here. But knowing me, after I grind it, I will probably roll Laura back in place, because she is, of course, the greatest offensive force we have. So there's a part of me that do want her in there. Alright, but that is it for now. Next time we're gonna explore the entirety of the Courageous talk to everyone, because I'm sure they're gonna have new text, see if we can find Milliam's teddy bear, and of course our new members that joined the crew. So, that's gonna be next time. Until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we explore the ship, and everywhere on the map that might have something different. See you then. Bye bye.